Good afternoon, you beautiful souls. Happy Monday. So this is going to be a weekly collective energy reading for the week ahead from Monday the 23rd of February. And as always, please note that I never reach out to anybody online, so if you do get any messages, it is not me. Now, as always with tarot, just use them as a guidance to where you're at in life. It's not literal, it's just a divination guide to see where their energies are at. And if this reading resonates, brilliant. If this reading doesn't, then there was obviously not a message in here for you. But please do like and share, because although there isn't a message in here for you, there could be a message in here for somebody else. And sharing is caring. And we love to spread love on my page. So, with that said, I am going to crack on with the reading in a minute. But today I felt different. I felt guided to do something different. So I've started the reading with 3 opening oracle messages. Then we have, as always, the what's going on, the challenges, what spirit advice is for you in this week ahead, and then the outcome. So I've pulled them cards, and then I've done some clarifiers with a separate deck to see what the energies were and to see if we've got any double confirmations. Then I will finish off with the Lunar Pathways oracle message and read it from the guidebook. So if this message does go on, we'll just see how long it goes. Then you can press the ×2 button to speed it up. So, without further ado, let's get on and see what's going on with the energies. So, I pulled a Spirit Animal Oracle deck message. And the card number's 41. Now, 41 could be a significant number to you. And it was Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around. So to me, this is like opening yourself up to love. Be open to giving and receiving love. Because all the 3 oracle cards are love resonated. So Nightingale Spirit, love is all around. But for us to notice that, sometimes we have to be open up to love as well. It's not about just giving love. We have to be open to receiving love as well. The second one was from the Starseed Oracle message, and it says, you got the love. Hadrian energy, codependency and boundaries. Now for me, sorry if you can't see that, for me this card is telling you to be aware of, you have got the love within inside yourself, and you need to have a look at, are you codependent on your other half? Or when you get relationships, do you get codependent? Now codependent is just something from that we pick up from childhood traumas or some trauma in life that we then feel that we need that other person to make us happy. So we place our happiness in that other person when it's all from self. And boundaries. And maybe you need to be and place boundaries in your relationship, and even boundaries for yourself of what you're going to put up with and what you are not going to put up with. So it's you got the love. All starts with self. As always, I'm going to say that. Hadrian energy, codependency and boundaries. So just take a look at your relationships, and are you feeling that you... Codependency is when you place your happiness and your outcomes on the individual, the other person in the relationship. So say if they left, would you jump straight into another relationship because you can't be on your own? That's what codependency is. Maybe you need to look at that. And boundaries. Sometimes we need to put boundaries in place for ourselves, but also for the other people. Boundaries are healthy. And the last card from the chakra healing oracle messages was self-love. So this is self-love. To me, this is you need to, as we're moving forward into the new horse year, these energies are starting to rise and bring stuff up from the past that have still been suppressed, emotions that are suppressed. So this is self-love. I attend to my needs by listening to my heart. My inner essence lets me know what is good for me. I respect my limits. I answer the requests of my body and my soul. This I learn to love myself. Self-love. When you learn to love yourself, you will firstly learn that codependency, fear of abandonment, people pleasing, putting yourself and neglecting yourself is self-abandonment issues, and you are placing your happiness in the hands of somebody else. That's not how life works. When you learn to heal from them wounds, so that could be previous relationship wounds, it could be abandonment wounds from parents, you take it as it resonates for you. You need to work on that. In order to get the love that you truly want, that fulfills you up, you need to work on them wounds, because if not, you're going to keep repeating that cycle. And that falls in with the Nightingale. Once you work on them areas that are no longer serving you, because this year is about moving forward and getting rid of toxic patterns, behaviours, you become the Nightingale spirit where love is all around, because you will open your heart to giving and receiving love, because it's all about balance and self-love. Self-love comes first. Once you learn to do that, the others fall into place, because you will have boundaries. You don't carry on with the toxic patterns, because you are very self-aware. And self-love. I attend to my needs, listening to my heart. My inner essence lets me know what is good for me. I respect my limits. I answer to the requests of my body and soul. This I learn to love myself. And once you learn to love yourself, that changes the dynamic of everything, and you'll see where you've been settling for less in your life. And it's not always about blaming the other person, because the way I see it, relationships are your biggest challenges in life, because they'll come with wounds, unhealed wounds. You come up with unhealed wounds, and it's like a mirror effect. You'll bring them out in each other. And that's where boundaries and stuff are needed, and internal self-healing, self-love. That's where it all stems from. So, going on from the what's going on. So we have the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Now these are new decks. So it says Page of Water and Knight of Water, which is the Page of Water is you're sensitive. You could take things literally a little bit more sensitive, but you can be open-hearted, but you're intuitive with that, which makes sense with the next card. So you can feel and pick up on energies of how people are with you. So that's the Page of Water, which is the Page of Cups. So you are in tune with your emotions, I feel, and you can be open-hearted, sometimes too open-hearted, and you can be quite intuitive. You just know. You can pick things up quite easily of energies and how they're affecting you. Then we have the Knight of Water with that, which is the Knight of Cups. And they are bringing romance in, and they can be emotional, but sometimes it can be quite dramatic in that as well. But it's someone coming in, approaching love. So someone's coming in. So again, if you are wanting love, let me look at this reading. Yeah. To me, this is a little bit about self-love. If you are wanting the Knight of Cups, so let's say you're the Page of Cups and you're the emotional, sensitive one, and you're very intuitive, you don't want to be settling back from them old behaviours, because once you've healed yourself on your self-love level and learnt from all them past behaviours that no longer serve you, you then need to be clear on what it is that you want in a partner. And then when you do that and you are open to giving and receiving love, you are going to have and find the partner that matches the energy that you want. And if it's not, and you don't have the boundaries, then you'll either repeat the same pattern or you'll just think this isn't for me, you know? But the Knight of Cups is all about someone's coming in with an offer, putting the heart on the sleeve, if you like, coming in with an offer, and it's a loving relationship offer. But again, that could be self-love, because then we have, with that, the High Priestess. And that is, trust your own counsel. The High Priestess knows. She just has the inner knowing. So again, if you are the person that is the Page of Cups and you're the sensitive one and you're open-hearted and you're intuitive, open-hearted but not too open-hearted. Put your boundaries in place. When you meet with this Knight of Cups, or you could actually be in the relationship and your relationship is changing through healing both of your unhealed wounds that you're bringing out to each other and mirroring, and trust your own counsel. And if something feels off and or something's not working for you, don't suppress them. It's about having a mature conversation, because when you work on self as well, your emotional maturity capacity grows to a better state, because you're clear, level-headed, that you know what you want. You're not speaking from a place of projection and reaction. You're saying it from your boundaries and your space at where you're at. And you need to decide and put boundaries into place for both of you to protect both of you. Then in the challenges, we have the Emperor. And that's organisation, boss energy, being the leader of your own life, taking leadership and structure. And again, this could be that you are healing yourself, but you can't portray that onto your partner, because it's not our job to fix other people. It's down to them individually to heal themselves. Now, sometimes taking a step back and working on yourself, they'll look at you and be like, wow, yeah, she's doing great. And they'll start asking things, or they'll start changing themselves because you're bringing the better dynamic to the relationship. But again, have your boundaries and trust your own counsel. So this is a challenge if you are maybe trying to fix people to fit them all to what you want. Or this could be you just need to take ownership and organisation skills and be the boss energy of yourself. Focus on yourself. And you take the lead in your life. Be the emperor of your life. Because that's all we have. Everything we work on internal. And when we work on internal, everything external is in our circle, because it's I'm trying to think of the right words. It's not to complete our happiness. It is because we choose that in our happiness. You aren't getting that for validation. So the challenges are, you could be you might just be scared to take leadership of this, but don't be scared, because what if you took authority in your own life and stepped up for yourself? That only leads by example. So I feel that's what it's saying. You need to lead by example, by how you are. Be compassionate and kind, but have your boundaries and trust your own counsel and your own intuition. And then we have the Eight of Cups. Now this could be that you are literally walking away from something because it is no longer serving you. Or this could be that you are moving on from your old limiting belief patterns because they don't serve you no more. And you are both in the relationship dynamic healing together and growing together. So you are walking away from them past limiting beliefs that have kept you stuck, and you are taking lead of that, because in order to have the life that you want, you have to leave that stuff behind, because if not, it's going to keep cropping up. Does it crop up sometimes? Yes, but just remember, everything we project onto our partner, it's not their fault, it's something within, it's us. Or if they're projecting something on us, it's their own issues. So I feel like this is like about your own self-love. I do feel this is relationship related or love related, related. More to self-love and growing the dynamic of the relationship you want. This could even be a divine counterpart in love. It could have been also karmic flame relationships where you've been together, you've learnt the lessons, because normally karmic twin flames, I think, are they mirror each other, but they can turn into soul connection if you're both willing to do your own individual healing and grow together. And sometimes that also means that you have to separate for a slight little bit to go on your own healing journeys. And if you're meant to be, you will come back together in divine timing. So I do feel like you need to take leadership of your life, because at the end of the day, you're in charge of self. And let go of them limited beliefs and walk away from them old patterns that no longer serve you. And like I say, the energies at the minute are bringing to the surface stuff before we fully move on into the horse year, asking you, what is it that you want out of life? Are you going to stay in this pattern because then you'll repeat the pattern, or are you ready to put that to rest now because you've actually worked on self? Now the advice from Spirit is the Lovers, and that is relationships, emotions and choices. Now I feel like you have the choice to make in your relationship. Is it serving you? Is it healthy? Do you need some time to separate for self-care individually and you'll both come back together? Or maybe it's come to its end, only you will know. Or is it about leaving that old dynamic behind of the toxic behaviours? This is definitely a love reading, because you won't now have the choice to leave them patterns. They're no longer serving the relationship, and it's about, let's start fresh. Remember, it's a year number 1, so it's like a new beginning. So all that was in the past no longer serves, because if you've both done the healing, you are moving forward in a new dynamic, so you can't keep referring back to the past because that's not serving you anymore. Let go of all that baggage and move on. So that's what Spirit is saying to you. It's time to surrender, because the Lovers is about a choice. You have the choice, and now you have to make that choice. Does this relationship fit for you? If it does, you need to leave behind the toxic behaviours and patterns and work to a healthy, balanced, harmonic relationship, because then we've got the Temperance. So what Spirit is saying to you is, make the choice on the relationship. Sometimes it's surrendering and trust in the process. Let go of the need to control the outcome, and trust in balance with Temperance. Spirit is saying to you, if you've both done the healing part and pouring into self, because codependency, that don't work, because you're expecting the other person to make you feel whole and complete, and we're already whole and complete as we are. So work on self-love, and the rest will fit the mould. You need to be clear on what it is then that you want and have the boundaries. Trust your own counsel, and you're very intuitive, so go within. Be the leader in the life of your life, because what is it that you want out of life? And like I say, with the 8 of Cups, that means sometimes leaving stuff that no longer is working for you anymore, leaving old patterns, old belief systems and that, because although healing isn't linear, we do get to a point where we're not back where we were at the beginning. We've made lots of progress. And sometimes we can just hold on to them limiting belief thoughts because it feels familiar to us. Now it's time to move on, because we are now moving into the new year of the fire horse and what it is that we want out of life now. It's all changed, going to be a better place. And you get the choice with the Lovers to surrender, trust in the process, and don't put your codependency on the other partner to make you feel happy, because you're only going to end up disappointed. Well, I'm not saying you're only going to end up disappointed, but you can end up disappointed in yourself. We are only in control of self and our own emotions. And sometimes we have to be accountability as well as for our own emotions. What are we projecting onto our partner? Because at the end of the day, the problem might not be them. It might be us projecting that stuff out onto them. So if that's the case, you need to look internally and look at yourself. What is this bringing up in me, and what do I need to heal to move forward? Then you get the choice to be aware of your own emotions, get the choice to leave them limiting beliefs because they're no longer serving you anymore. You're not stuck in the energy now. It's time to move forward, because all that is going to do is keep you stuck for a long time, not only in relationships, in other areas, because you're not fully opening your heart up to love. And with the Temperance, with Spirit is saying it's time to balance. As above, so below. And that's like surrendering as well. The Lovers on the other deck is like surrendering. You can either surrender or you can just keep repeating the same patterns. And balance is like, as you can see, she's pouring from one cup to the other cup, and as above, so below. She's got one, she's just healthily balanced because she's got one foot in the water, which is resonates emotions, and one up in the air. It's just balance. You know, and faith and hope, having hope and faith in moving forward, and just let go and surrender the need to control, because that can be another thing. Another thing of controlling something is because from past wounds, in order to feel in control, we need to control the outcome because we feel that keeps us safe. That belief no longer serves neither. And then in the outcome, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Now, this could also be you learning. It's like education, focus and details. This could be you learning about your wounds or whatever's bringing up into the relationship, learning what healthy is and what is not healthy. It could be you. I feel like with the Knight of Wands, though, you are then as well learning and studying as well for your passions in your career life, because the Pentacles is not, but then the Pentacles can be home as well. So this could be you are learning more about unhealthy. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling. It's nothing to do with career. This is for me all relationship related, and it's about codependency and traumas and stuff like that, and learning from them. You are learning and getting the knowledge on what it is that you need to do to move forward, and you are learning about that. And then once you learn about it and you become more educated, you recognize the patterns, and they are showing you that what is unhealthy and what is healthy. And then with the Knight of Wands, you are then taking the bold action to move forward passionately in the right direction with your relationship. It's gonna be like a passionate new start into creating that beautiful romance and relationship that you want. But just remember, it all starts with self first. Now I am going to pull a Lunar Pathways to finish this reading off. So spirits, angels and guides, in love and light for the highest good of the collective energy, what message do they need to receive for the week ahead, please? Just one message, thank you. So yeah, this is about self-love and learning that unhealthy habits don't serve relationships, and it takes more than one person to heal that. You both have to be willing to put the work in. So the Lunar Pathways Oracle message was Jupiter's expansion. Abundance and growth await. Trust the universe to expand your spiritual horizons. Just let me see what message is for that. And too often, and there we are. So Jupiter's expansion. Embrace growth and abundance. Expand your spiritual horizons. The key message from this card: Jupiter brings opportunities for growth, prosperity and expansion. It represents abundance and the encouragement to take a leap of faith towards your dreams. In the upright, which came out in the upright position, a time of abundance, learning and success. Trust that the universe is supporting your expansion. Say yes to opportunities. The guidance. Jupiter encourages optimism and the exploration of new horizons. This is a great time to reflect on areas where you can invite more abundance or growth into your life, whether through education, travel or spiritual exploration. Gratitude practices can amplify Jupiter's blessings. The affirmation for the week ahead: I welcome abundance and expansions, trusting in the universe's support for my journey. And it says you can do a ritual suggestion: light a green candle to symbolise growth and prosperity. Write down your goals and dreams, visualising them expanding into reality. End with gratitude practice, thanking Jupiter for its guidance and abundance. Now I love that. And that is also as well that my train of thought's gone now. That is as well, I had something else to say on end and I forgot now. And it was something to do with this relationship. Yeah, abundance. Abundance looks in different forms. So it could be a happy, abundant family dynamic life you want, which is normally the Ten of Pentacles in the tarot, which is your family dynamic and your material wealth all as one. But just know, if you focus on self, not only are you healing yourself, but you are healing your kids. Then your kids don't carry that on, and the cycle ends with you. And these thought patterns could be walking away from you thinking on the negative and thinking the worst case scenario. It could be just something as simple as that in your relationship. Put the trust out there. Learn to love yourself. Have your boundaries. Trust your own intuition. Take the lead of your life. Because we are in control of everybody else. That's up to them. Everyone has their own free will. And Eight of Cups is walking away from them limiting beliefs or the negative thinking that's holding you back, keeping stuck in that familiar dynamic. Spirit is saying to you, surrender, trust into the universe, and stop needing to control the outcome and find balance. You are in tune with your emotions, so just have hope and faith and trust divine timing. And like I say, you are working hard to maybe this family dynamic that you want. You're working so hard to make this family dynamic work. And sometimes you just have to let go of the need to force the outcome. Just trust the outcome. And there's going to be a new creative spark to that. And that could be your whole relationship dynamic's going to change, which is going to bring abundance to you and your family. Now, I hope this resonates. I've absolutely loved this reading. It is all about self-love. Start with self. It's not somebody else's job to make us happy. It starts with self. So I'm telling you, pour into self. It's not selfish. It's self-love. Because while you are ignoring that, you are abandoning yourself. You're making the conscious choice to abandon your needs and yourself. But when you pour into self, that radiates out of you. And the people in your inner circle will get to reap the benefits of that. Now, have a blessed rest of your week. I'm sending you lots of love and positive energy, and take care of yourself, because healing is a tough journey, but it will all work out right in the end if you let go of the need to control the outcome. Just trust the outcome, trust the process. What's meant for you will stay and what's not will fall away. And sometimes that opens up to better opportunities to come our way. So have a blessed rest of your week. Peace, love and light. Donna, namaste.